Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
We are here.
That's right. I'm excited.
I got some short shorts on today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in my dad mode today, man. Yeah.
Guys, I need a running back, bro. I'm going to have to put you guys
Hold on.
Your boy Sean over there made a move today.
I saw that.
With your boy right here.
I know.
You know what he said?
Dirty.
You know what your boy right here said? Nah, fuck Gene.
No, but
He goes, nah.
No,
fuck.
he had me before.
I
Gene.
know. I'm just
no, but
playing.
I've been asking for running backs for 2 weeks from everybody.
Phil called
You
me.
asked me
Last
today.
week. No, last week.
When did you ask me?
What?
Gene, I got all the texts. You did not
No, I
ask me
usually
last
hit
week.
the thing, that little blue
But
button.
you fucked up with the little blue button because the blue button you missed.
No,
No, you didn't.
It's getting
It's inside
heated.
the Yahoo, the messages.
Battle Royale.
I was
Why-
going to say,
no one
I
looks at
messaged everyone
that.
Yahoos because while I'm there, I figure you guys look at it as much as
Nah, you don't look at that shit.
I'm not mad. Like, listen.
Nah, dude, he wasn't gonna give me what I got.
talked to Phil today, and Phil even said, he's like, Sean fucked up my season. I said, what do you mean? He goes, that trade with JP. I said, because Phil apparently was trying to work
Yeah,
a trade
he
with
asked
you.
me, and I was like, "Well, what are
He
you gonna
goes,
do?"
Sean gave him a third too. I go, you see?
Yeah.
Sean don't matter. He'll rip in those pockets. So now Sean is going for the gusto. He doesn't have next year. He don't have a first, a second, or a third.
He's
Wait,
done it
wait,
before.
whoa. Let me get this straight.
Sean has gotten rid
Sean's
of
2-4,
Yes.
and he has no first, second, or third for next year.
Correct.
but he has now.
So he is all in for the wild card, you're saying?
He has now Antonio Brown,
I'm not-
AJ Brown, Aaron Jones,
Okay.
Alvin Kamara. Wait,
Alvin
you don't
Kamara?
have running backs. You just said I need running back.
He's 5-1.
Gene, Sean has all the running backs.
I need
like, you know what I'm saying?
I need running backs because
Sean did a great job. I don't know
No,
if Sean
good
watches
for him.
this, but if he does,
We'll
No.
find out.
bravo,
I think
man.
he did-
I
I think-
applaud him in his
I think he did a
managerial
good
skills
job,
this
but
year.
you can't play for, like, okay, I'm not going to say that. You always play to win. You play to win for that year.
Always.
But I'm not one of those guys that just says, fuck next year. You live by it's always next year. So you get what I'm saying.
Sean always
I
pays
have the worst
with
fantasy
credit.
football luck
I
in the
know.
He
world.
swipes his credit card and then pays it off next year.
I understand,
Gene.
but like,
That's what he
I
does.
have the worst fantasy football luck in history. Okay,
That's not
last
true.
year, I accumulated many nice early round draft picks.
He
by,
did.
by the seventh round, my whole team was full.
Okay.
Okay, I had Aaron Rodgers, I had Devontae Adams, I had Saquon Barkley. The list goes on of hurt. Out for the year, out for the year, out for the year, out for the
And
year.
this is why-
I started that year 0-4. And I had 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, 2 third-round picks, and 3 fourth-round picks or some shit like that.
yo,
It was
bro,
wild.
You
It
know
was
what?
wild.
That's because everyone has their own strategy. Like,
It's not a strategy.
No,
That's just
that
shit
wasn't a
luck,
strategy.
bro.
That was me like,
it is
fuck
shit luck.
this, I'm
But I'm
selling
gonna
my
tell you,
team.
Strategy.
The reason why I need running backs is because I don't put a premium on running backs because I believe they're injury prone. So I'm
Okay.
not a big running back guy because they're like there's bad
Tell
running
that
backs
to
that are
me
hurt.
and Andrew, who's won
The-
multiple championships because we've always had great running backs.
I'm not saying it's.
That's what it comes down
I'm
to.
not saying
Like-
you're wrong. I'm saying it's your preference. I believe wide receivers get hurt less than running backs, which is if you notice, I have all receivers.
I mean,
I
sure,
believe the
but you know
children
what,
are our
though?
future.
There are, per capita, there's more. Okay, most teams run 2 to 3 wideouts.
Exactly.
So there's more pickings. You
Yes.
and I are the same. We like those slot guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
And I got the best one in the league.
PPR leagues, let's go. But I don't know.
Well,
Fantasy football is over for me, at least.
it's for me too. In one league.
I'm gonna be
Sean
a
just
nag.
proved
I'm gonna
to
be
you-
a nag in the league this year.
Sean just proved to you that's not over, bro.
I'm just gonna nag the league. That's all
I know,
I'm
but
doing.
Sean,
Alright, nag.
Sean just proved to you
Just
it's
nagging
never,
away.
Nag away.
Sean proved to you
Because
it's
I
never
mean,
over.
these guys already fucked up my my first round pick next year.
How?
What do you mean? What's your record?
1-5.
1-5. JP's already got it over me
How?
because I somehow pulled out 2 wins.
Yeah, but
I might get more wins.
He's not. He may get
That's
more.
true. I'm
yeah,
just-
but okay.
You're right. If you and I play each other, you're probably gonna beat me.
Hello. First of
My
all,
team is trash now. I got
First of all, you got to remember this too. I don't put that much stock as well in first round picks either, because everyone has a first round pick
No,
that
me
gets
neither.
injured.
I agree with you.
Every year there's a first round pick that gets injured. So that when I pick a first round pick, I'm like, it's a shot in the
agree.
dark. I put more pressure on my second pick. My second pick, I'm like, if I fuck
Well,
this
thank you
up,
for telling me your draft strategy, Gino. My man.
I'm just saying.
This motherfucker went in the other room and got the throne to put his foot up on
I
it.
did, man. I like this. This was comfortable.
Cooper Cup,
I'm fired up this week.
get fired up.
All right.
Yeah, what's up? What's going on this
So
week
you
with
guys
you?
know my ongoing battle with the house, right?
The house,
the property
escapades, the
that we.
housecapades.
Yeah.
That the
We call them the housecapades.
So
the town's mess
the
with
town
you.
has denied me 3 times on my permits. We had a appeal conference call set for last Monday that they rescheduled to Tuesday, that they ghosted us on, didn't answer us on Wednesday or Thursday.
So you should just
got back to that's what I did, and then I got in trouble
Oh wow.
because. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I've been trying to get this, and I keep
I was
hearing
fucking around.
COVID.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to keep building. And they're like, no, you're not, fucker. So basically, that's how we had high hopes for this meeting, because it's like, you know, I felt really strong in our arguments. We had everything to display. Itemized, you know, a bid sheet estimate from my contractor of how much things are going to cost and how much he's charging to do, you know, this work. And they basically were like, "No, go fuck yourself. We don't believe you."
Okay.
I'm like, I presented it to you. Here it is. It's right here on paper. And they're like, "Yeah, no." So, long story short, we're like, "Listen, they want us to raise our house."
9 feet.
I found out we don't have to raise the house 9 feet. We have to raise it like 4.5. Okay,
And
but
this is
even
for,
still,
this is for what reason?
some new FEMA
Flood zone.
Flood zone.
flood
So you don't
zone
get. Your
shit.
insurance won't cover you if you don't do it probably.
No, I could still get. I have flood insurance already, and I don't have them. You
So
know?
why do you have to
I
do
own
it?
the property because this is just the town being the town.
Okay.
This is Brookhaven being cunts like they always are, and you know, and
They
I
are.
get it. I also kind of get it too, because it's decades of corruption, of taking bribes, and you know, all this shit that they got in a lot of trouble for lately. So now they're being completely hard-nosed by the books. You know, you get some pencil pusher that's never lifted a hammer in his fucking life telling you like, well, you're going to be over the budget by and it's like, what the where'd you come up with those numbers? I'm providing you evidence that your numbers are wrong. Here's an actual bid sheet from my contractor who's going to be doing this work, right?
This sounds
So
like
it's
a COVID argument.
it's a very, you know, it's a very frustrating scenario. So basically, we begged and pleaded with them. My wife broke into tears, you know, because we've been working this property specifically for my daughter, for Mika. You know, I don't like to like bring her up and exploit her disabilities in these angles, but like cut and dry, like, you know, we found this property specifically for her to fit her needs, to fit her disability.
Right.
And now the town is like, we got a gripe with you because we took fucking forever. Eat shit. We're not going to approve you. You have to raise the house. And we're like, well, it's not that we don't want to raise the house or we want to just be combative. We literally can't raise the house. Like, if we raise the house, like, that's why we left and sold our last house, because it was so elevated. It's very difficult to get her into, short of having a 65-foot ramp zigzagging, taking up the whole front yard. You know what I'm saying? So like, and again, I'll be cool with things. They want us to add in this new nitrogen system. Again, that's now new town codes actually county codes in Suffolk County. After July 1st now, every new construction, this is also why they're doing it to me, because now every new construction on Long Island has to have this new anti-nitrogen system. It's like some 3-compartment septic system. So like, footnotes, you flush your toilet, it goes through these compartments. By the time it comes out, it essentially strips the nitrogen out of it, and it's better for the groundwater, right? All it really does is aerate your septic system. You know what I mean? It's
Got it. Cleans your shit.
It cleans your shit.
Cleans your
exactly. Boom. But that's an added cost of like anywhere from 60 to 80 grand. You know, so it's like
shit's expensive.
Bro, shit is, it's not even, and you know what? I get it. Shit costs
Well played.
money, right? Like,
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's new technology. I have no problem with this. If it actually works and it is good for the groundwater,
put a hole in the
I'm
ground.
in it.
Fuck
Like, fine. I'm not trying to be combative of things like that, but it's, so basically I have three options here. I either sell the house, I comply with the town, and I lift the old house and try and figure something out about getting some sort of comprehensive ramp, because, you know, town code here is for every inch every where your door lies, for every inch that's above the ground, you need 1 foot of elevation of a ramp. So even now, I'm still looking at like a 45, 50 foot ramp
Can I ask a question
that
about
I
this
have
ramp?
to put in to be in compliance to the town.
You can tell.
It's fucked up, man.
You can tell I'm not Bob the Builder.
It's
Why
fucked
can't
up.
the ramp just go straight into the house? Why does it have to zigzag?
Because, you know,
Where
fucking steep it would have to be.
it can't, and that's against
4.5
code. So
feet up.
basically, it's like, what would I couldn't go straight. It would from the road. It's not. I don't even
does
have
it-
50 feet to
no,
the
but
road.
does it have to fully zigzag? Like, can you?
Yeah, because you need.
I get it. You have
Oh,
to build.
in my old
elevation.
house, yes, it had to fully zigzag.
Yes.
It had. There was no other way to do it in my old house. In this house,
yeah.
I could figure something out of, you know, I mean, I could wrap it potentially.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and
can we
bring
just-
it from like the middle of the house to
Yeah,
the
that's what I
front,
was- yes.
then have a platform and wrap. But even still, it's like, I would do it,
You
of
know what I'm
course,
saying?
but
It's less
just
work.
fucking annoying that
I get it.
they're.
No, I get it.
They're
I get it.
so
I'm
like,
just wondering.
like, yo,
What about solutions? I'm trying to get
you know,
solutions.
The solution is that they, you know, they got a
Blow up
kid
town
in a
hall?
wheelchair, and
Blow up
that
town hall.
it's fucking difficult to fucking, you know, they're pieces of shit. I'm
It's
sorry,
again,
but-
and like you know, like we were pleading to them, like, listen, like, please, like, this isn't an investment property, you know, like, this is my primary residence, like, this is where I currently have my family in a trailer next to this house that is completely unlivable at the
Right.
moment, you know, like,
Right.
I got you.
for months now, and we're getting into the winter seasons because y'all are dragging your feet and pulling some bureaucratical bullshit on me.
So basically,
Like-
we are Love Brookhaven.
No, man, it's
Love Brookhaven.
so. You know, I'm at a point now. We have a decision to make. I've reached out to a few channels. I have a couple of options, couple of interesting options that throughout the next couple of months, as things get into fruition, if we do go down this one avenue, it's actually really, really interesting. I like the minds around me. That the team that we have built on the real estate end, because we have a lot of creative ideas on financing, on how to get approval for things, how to, like, a lot of creativity is going on right now. So it's fucking
Create
cool,
away,
man.
my friend.
It's fucking cool.
Create away.
Yeah.
Well, that's your week.
That was toned down. I smoked a really nice bowl before I got in here. Because, yo, I'm not
Never
going to
heard
lie.
that before.
Let me tell you, I was raging on the, like, I literally,
yeah.
the last 24 hours have been like, you know,
Yeah.
I feel like I could crush a man's skull with my hands right now.
Make sure it's one of the pencil pushers.
Yeah, I agree.
And I wanted to tone it down so I wasn't such an animal.
Well, what else we got on this week?
On,
Let's
going
see.
on this week.
Yeah, man. We got, let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
I think that's the funniest thing
How the hell did that happen? Like, I mean, like, with the, I mean,
No, but okay.
I mean, we can talk.
I'm gonna let him talk about it more because
It's-
I'm sure he's more animated about it.
No, yeah, I
But
was
what I
left-
find about it funny is that, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but they were talking to a reporter, and they were chanting, basically, "Fuck Joe Biden," and he asked what they're saying, and he said they're chanting "Let's go, Brandon."
No,
Yes.
the reporter said
Said-
it. So
'Cause he was talking
the
to a
guy
guy
who won
named-
the
Yes.
race, right?
Yeah.
There was a guy who won the race. His name was Brandon. I don't know your
Okay.
last name. I don't know NASCAR.
Yeah.
He was being interviewed by the reporter, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you hear him? Let's go, Brandon."
Oh.
But the crowd was really saying "fuck Joe Biden," right? So I didn't even know that interview actually happened. I had heard the crowd chants.
Yes.
Because I told you like 2 episodes ago, TikTok has now taken over my
Yes.
my pooping life, and It's wild, man. Yo, TikTok's a wild platform, bro.
Problem
There's
is-
there's
I
some
know.
cool shit
I
on
hear
there.
about TikTok every day.
That country boy that cooks the shrimp, woo! I'm taking some recipes from him this summer.
That's the idea.
I can't. That's great.
That's the idea.
But, so on TikTok, his shit was going like crazy, and this is what's funny, right? Because I think we actually talked about this a few episodes ago. Melissa and we were discussing this about how different our algorithms are
Yes.
on TikTok. Like hers is very pro women, a lot of mental health stuff, targeted for her demographic of person. And mine is clearly targeted for my demographic of
Eating shrimp.
burly fucking white man who don't like the government. You know
Oh
what I
my
mean?
gosh.
Like, because this is where I found that shit that I sent to you guys. Because it's like, I started laughing my ass off, okay? Because it's 5 a.m. I'm doing my business in the bathroom, trying to be quiet, and all of a sudden I hear this beat and it just starts slapping. And I'm like, it's like I'm not watching the video. I'm just like listening. I'm listening to this guy, to this guy fucking flow. And I go click, click, click on the volume button because I'm like, oh my God, this is the most genius shit I ever heard. He sampled the crowd of "Fuck Joe Biden"
Nice.
in this song. I lost my fucking shit.
That was,
I was like,
that was Loza, right? What's his name?
I don't even know the
think
dude's name, but
I can tell you right now
Um,
because he also did a video. He also did something for.
you know what they saying, huh? Fuck Joe Biden. Let's go.
I'm sure.
Is it
Bro,
Loza Alexander or
I
something
don't
like
even,
that?
something like that.
He's gonna be.
But I'm like, yo, what is this? And so then I watched it. And I'm like, yo, you gotta love the internet, man. You gotta love the internet.
I say that every
this
day.
shit just happened.
I say that once a day.
And old boy just flipped
Yeah,
this
Loza
shit.
Alexander. I think that was him. He also did a thing called Dear Tom McDonald.
Oh, that's the guy you just showed me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that shit.
That guy's gonna
So it
blow
makes
up.
sense now.
I like him.
I've seen that shit. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. He's a MAGA guy,
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
but yo, either way,
He has a good flow.
that shit slapped hard. Like, you know what they're saying, huh? I was dying. I was laughing my ass off. And then I saw like where the "Let's Go Brandon" thing came from.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the way it was introduced to me, I wasn't sure what it was. It seemed like it was a bunch of these like QAnon folk that were just all of a sudden hashtag "Let's Go Brandon," on all their like
They're
crazy,
funny, though. I like the
QAnon folk.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Did
Like,
you say QAnon and crazy? Stop.
I'm
QAnon
just saying, like, that's
folk.
what I thought it was, and
I
then I
know.
was like, oh, yo, this is hilarious.
Right, it
That
wasn't
is
some,
hilarious.
like-
That is some, And then I get it. Like, conservative news is trying to paint it as like,
America's
They
backlash.
were trying to. The media. The liberal media was trying to. Cover up what the crowd was saying, but like that was an honest mistake
Right,
from a
right, right. She
reporter in
probably
the
just-
fields.
yeah, she
like,
didn't hear him.
cut that lady some slack there. Like,
That's
I'm
not,
sure
that's
you
not a
could-
good story then.
What do you mean?
No, it's a good
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right.
governor
That's not
slack
a good
not good.
story.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, she's a reporter. It's her job to be accurate. She was inaccurate, and in a split second, she
Yeah.
changed the narrative.
She did.
and that's the whole
Not
point.
on purpose,
No,
though.
but that's the whole point. This is what's done.
This is what
every day,
happens on the internet. This
every
is why
day.
the internet is like
And
a
this
hydra.
is why people don't like the media, because sometimes they do it on purpose, and even when they don't do it on purpose, it's a damaging effect.
Yeah.
So think about
Yeah.
it. She had no idea what she just started, but she just
Oh,
found
yo,
a way
yeah,
to
agreed.
get the whole country to curse out Joe Biden
Right.
when necessary.
No, what she did was
in
just made a
every corner.
viral fucking hip hop song.
Yeah, like she did it.
Yeah,
like,
that shit is-
she
that
did it.
shit
Because I'm
is
gonna tell you
funny.
now, the next Republican,
They're gonna walk out to that.
Exactly.
Like if Donald Trump,
It's
let's
done.
say Donald Trump runs
he's
again.
performing. He's performing.
Yo, he's
That
walking
guy's
out to that
performing.
shit. And if he doesn't, that is
That guy's
that's
performing.
that's a fail. That's a miss right there. DT, Uncle Donnie.
Like I don't want
Uncle
to see.
Johnny.
I don't want to see Herschel Walker. I want to see that.
Word.
I'm just saying.
Yo, word.
Who's Herschel Walker?
Throw
Yeah.
a slapping ass concert right
Oh,
before you
man.
come out. That shit will be hilarious.
That's fucking classic.
But I
though.
do think it's
Oh
funny.
man, I dropped the weekly challenge on the Bars app. I
Yeah, I
always
saw the
do.
last
Shouts
one.
out my man Mike Luch.
Yeah.
One of the realest ones in the game right now. I swear he keeps it true every single week. Does these weekly challenges on the Bars app. 2-time champ right here. What's up? Going for my third this week. And I had to do it. I had to end that
No,
cipher.
and it was funny. I
I
fell
had to
asleep.
end the cipher
I
with
laughed.
a pants sag and shouting, "Let's go, Brandon!"
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I was dying.
Fuck
You
it.
know.
Why not? I know that's fucking
man.
hilarious. Do you see this whole CNN thing between
What?
Joe Rogan and then Barry Weiss?
With,
This chick Barry Weiss.
No, I saw the
Who's Barry Weiss?
The Sanja
Gupta. Yeah, Sanjay Gupta.
That was actually I haven't listened to Joe Rogan. I think the last one I listened to was what the hell's his name? I just lost it. It was a good episode. The Archer,
Robin Hood?
Stephen Rinaldi. Something like that. That was a good episode too. That was cool. But I've been slacking on the JRE listens, you know.
Yeah, sometimes I do too.
But that
they-
one with Sanjay Gupta, that was good, and I like that they were able to have like
until he went on CNN and was just like,
Well, you gotta understand, Sandra. Okay.
was like, nah, yeah, Joe Rogan fucking sucks.
What do you mean?
Basically,
Well, you
Because
gotta remember-
Don Lemon basically fucking
Tried to
Sanjay
refute it.
did that.
deep pantsed him.
Don't say that.
Verbally.
Yo, they had such a good conversation.
No, because-
You want to
Okay.
hear? You want to hear it? When you hear the little,
Yeah, press
little
play,
back
press
and
play,
forth
press
between
play,
them?
press
Okay,
play.
here,
Alright.
here.
You gotta remember, Sanjay works for CNN.
Right, that's what I mean.
So that's
why
the
I was
part.
like, oh,
That's the
okay,
part.
Progress.
So you knew?
know?
No, you knew that wasn't gonna stick.
What I know is in large part a tongue-in-cheek interview.
See?
Because
Tongue-in-cheek.
lots of you jockeying back and forth. But he did say something about ivermectin that I think wasn't actually correct about CNN and lying, okay? Ivermectin is a drug that is commonly used as a horse dewormer. So it is not a lie to say that the drug
It's so misleading.
That's what they do.
I think that's important, and it is not approved for COVID. Correct?
That's right. That's correct. It is not approved for COVID, and you're right. I mean, the FDA even put out a statement saying, basically reminding people, it was a strange sort of message from the FDA, but they said, you're not a horse, you're not a cow, stop taking this stuff, is essentially what they said, referring to ivermectin. Now, I think what Joe's point
That
is...
it's been
is
approved
that
for humans, but not necessarily for COVID. Right? Yeah.
That's correct. It's been used for a parasitic disease, for something it's called river blindness, and it's been very effective for that. But just because it works for one thing doesn't mean it works for something else. And there's still a few ongoing clinical trials around ivermectin, but for the most part, if you look at the data, there's no evidence that it really works here. When Joe got sick, he took ivermectin. He also took monoclonal antibodies, which is, an infusion of these antibodies. So he took both.
Okay.
Of them. It's very likely it was the monoclonal antibodies.
But I'm saying though, basically,
No, I
you
mean,
see
you
what
know
he did?
what? I don't-
I mean, kind of just cut him off.
I don't knock on
Yeah, Sanjay.
No,
Dr. Gupta
no,
there for
no,
that.
no,
Like,
no,
that's
no.
all Don Lemon being
Yeah,
a good
that's what
fucking
CNN
a good
soldier.
CNN soldier. Exactly.
Exactly.
Because he was definitely gonna. It seemed like I don't want to put words in. It seemed like he was gonna try to clarify there that because again, that's
He
super.
was trying to say, well, what Joe Rogan
That's
said, and then he
super
cut him off.
misleading.
Yeah.
Of saying because yes, is there a version of ivermectin that is for livestock? There is.
Listen, I don't know
There
if
is.
the shit works or not.
Is there
I don't
also
fucking
a
know.
human version
Listen.
that has treated billions of people
Joe Rogan's
throughout the years? Yeah.
Joe Rogan's
Like,
whole beef was
it's such bullshit.
Joe Rogan's whole beef is with the platform that he has, one, and with the fact that with his own body, you're not gonna sit there and make a mockery of him as in he took a horse medication.
Right.
When he was assigned this by a professional doctor.
This is what-
Regardless
Yeah.
if it
Yeah,
works
so
or not.
it
That's
doesn't-
not even the
it doesn't
fucking
matter.
point.
Yeah, that's
I
not
don't
matter
even
if it
care.
works. The point is,
I don't care.
I am knowledgeable enough, I'm intelligent enough that you're not going to make it look like I took horse medicine when a doctor gave me this. If you can say I disagree with what medicine he chose to take for various reasons, it's one thing. But to try to clown me and say, hey,
Right.
here's Joe
Right.
Rogan,
Right.
who is an MMA, cares about his body, supposed to be smart,
Well,
millions of hour, taking horse tranquilizers.
Here's the thing, like this
You
is
know?
what kind of
That
sucks
was the
is
beef.
that like I wish that I was able to just like phone into Joe Rogan somehow, you know what I mean, and be like, yo, dude, I don't understand why no one else around the country is talking about this, like what you're saying. I'm one of them. I had COVID. I do not take care of myself. I am not a fit, in shape MMA guy that eats fucking elk liver and, drinks protein shakes and Alpha Brain, and I don't take care of myself like that. I fucking smoked cigarettes like a chimney for 18 years. I was a damn good bartender that traveled around and got wasted drunk. Then I joined a reggae band and just... Who the fuck knows what happened those blackout nights at festivals? What ingested in me? I do not take care of myself. I say, talk a good game. I don't eat fast food. My wife comes home with Taco Bell. I eat the shit out of that. I got COVID as an everyday pot smoker and an 18-pack-a-day cigarette smoker. And I was like, you guys good? Calling all of them. I had a fever for like a day and a half. I was not sick. I kicked that shit in, like I said, a day and a half, 2 days. And I'm sitting around like, well, I was told I have to sit in here for 2 weeks. I feel fine.
Don't remind me. That was the worst part.
Chad was the same way. He felt fine.
Yo, my smell still fucked up.
I'm just saying.
Let me tell you something right now. If I take a shit or I pull out a bag of coffee, it smells the same. Weed smells just like it too. They all smell exactly the same.
That's weird. I think
You heard
that's.
me.
I think
if
that
I
that
take a
is-
shit, if I smell weed, if I smell coffee, all of it smells the same.
I wonder how much of that is psychosomatic. Just because of how many
I don't fucking
people
know.
came out saying because yes, you know what, and this is what I didn't understand. You lose your sense of smell and your sense of taste.
Did you?
Yes, but I do all the time in the change of seasons when I get sinus infections.
No. This was different, man.
No,
Sure, call it different all you want, but I
This
don't
was
care what
different.
anyone says. When you get congested and shit and you have a bad head cold, you don't smell as good.
I was not congested.
You don't taste as good.
I wasn't
I'm just
congested, though.
But you were.
I was not.
You were swollen.
Doesn't matter. The bottom
You know?
line is it took over a month to get any taste back, any smell back.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. I just
No.
All right,
So- and then-
Tucker, Don. Let's,
No,
let's
yes,
calm
I
down.
But
understand what you're saying.
saying,
I'm not trying to
Tucker,
knock that
Don.
because I agree with you. I had taste issues too.
You'd have to
and
be Don
I
if he's
feel like
Tucker.
I still have a lingering smell issue. But again,
You wanna be Cuomo?
my point was this, JP. How much of that is a forced focus because so many people were saying, oh, I got COVID and I lost my sense of smell. I lost my sense of taste. So now for a year straight, we know that, oh, I had COVID and, oh, my God, I can't smell as good. You know what I mean? So now I'm just saying
I don't know if people
you're
purposely-
overly focused. Stop shaking your head on this. Just listen.
I'm out.
You're overly focused on this.
Yeah, but that's
You
just
know?
that's just as much of some wacky theory as me saying, well, my smell's fucked up.
No, I'm just saying. Like,
I'm just saying,
yeah,
too,
all right,
like-
fair enough.
It's just
Hey.
as equally of a wacky theory. All I know is
Fair
that
enough.
And the election was rigged.
I haven't smelt my shit since February.
That's amazing. I caught a whiff of the babies this morning, and I was just
Yeah,
like, "Holy!"
your baby's shit smells like my pot of coffee.
You,
Which is
shit
why
like a man
you
at
need,
2 months old.
which is why you need a nitrogen system.
Word.
Yeah.
The town knows.
That's funny. Here's just real quick because we touched on the COVID thing. I thought this was interesting in a horrific way, right? So
What does that mean?
We're about to find out.
There is. I didn't really want to talk about this until more studies came out about it, but I saw it and I was
Go
like, you know
for
what?
it.
God damn it! I knew something like this was going to
I
happen.
love premature studies.
So there is an increase in. I don't want to say speech defects. That's not the right word. Sorry. Let me collect my thoughts here. There's an increase in delays, in speech delays in kids that are in their 2s right now. Apparently, doctors are starting to see. And again,
make the connection.
it doesn't, I don't
If
know.
you're staring at a screen from fucking 1 year old to 2 years old, too.
Well, what I think they're saying is it's masks, right? Because so many people now around them are masked up that we do a lot of, at a small age, is visual learning, right? We mimic. We don't have the brain capacity to understand why you do these things, but you see the people around you doing these things, so you do that.
Okay.
and they're starting to be a lot more specifically 2-year-olds
So you're telling me basically
that are having speech delays.
I know, but you're telling me that these
That's something I
kids
feel like would
are
go away.
raised in homes where people are wearing masks inside their homes?
That
maybe
is very well possible. I mean, I
That-
thought
'cause
I
that
thought
would
about
be
this
the
with you.
insanity of that study. Because
thought about
I get what you're
this.
saying, but I
An
get
interesting one would be at the end of the study. Okay, now break it into
exactly.
political affiliation as
All
per
of it.
geographical
Yeah,
location.
all
I
of
bet
it.
you kids in red states are going to be a lot lower, of a delay than. I hate to say that, but I could see that unfurling
Facts are
like that.
facts.
You know what I
You know,
mean?
whatever.
Like,
It's-
I don't want to say anything wrong, but
There's exceptions.
that would be a good way for the Midwest to catch up. That came out wrong. That came out right. Sorry. Keep going.
that's crazy.
What? That came out right.
No, it came out right.
Okay, just checking.
It totally came out
Yeah,
right.
just checking.
That's wild. That's wild. But yeah, I
evolution, friends.
just to
Here's
drop
the
the pin
evolution.
on that for now, and we'll come.
It's dropped. Consider it
We'll
dropped.
circle
We'll
back.
revisit that.
We're gonna circle back to that one in a few months.
I want to show
Okay.
you this clip too now.
But I thought that was interesting.
Just the first
I
part
think
of what
it's
this bitch says.
terrible.
I like it.
I love what this girl says. It's just she makes an
oh
extra
yeah,
point.
let's get back to this. This is
So she's on that CNN fuckboys fucking show.
Who is
Brian
that?
Stelter. Brian
Brian Stelter? I
Stelter.
don't
Barry
know.
Weiss.
This is Barry Weiss.
I
She, I mean,
thought-
she has some checkered. She's
didn't know.
Wait a
girl.
minute.
History.
She's a girl?
yeah.
When you said Barry,
I just thought the same thing.
yeah, man.
Allegedly, she's a girl.
I was waiting for a
stop
Barry
it.
White.
They
Okay.
could be.
Oh, man, don't do that to me.
Yeah, stop that.
Yeah, don't do
Oh,
that.
it's gonna be a good segue. Anyway, listen to this.
Yo,
You right
is that a one day or a?
or the hard right who feel the world has gone mad.
Me.
So in what ways has the world gone mad?
Oh, that guy.
Well, when you have
George Costanza.
the chief reporter on the beat of COVID for the New York Times talking about how questioning or pursuing the question of the lab leak is racist, the world has gone mad. When you're not able to say out loud and in public that there are differences between men and women, the world has gone mad. When we're not allowed to acknowledge that rioting is rioting and it is bad, and that silence is not violence, but violence is violence, the world has gone mad. When we're not able to say that Hunter Biden's laptop is a story worth pursuing.
Would they just go get this guy's laptop?
When, in the name of progress, young school children, as young as kindergarten, are being separated in public schools because of their race, and that is called progress rather than segregation, the world has gone mad. There are dozens of examples that I could share with you and with
And
your
you often
viewers.
say, you say
Everyone sort of
aloud.
knows this, and
You say we're not allowed,
It's the
we're not
chasm
able.
between-
Who's the people stopping
You.
the conversation? Who are they?
people let work at networks, frankly, like the one I'm speaking on right now.
Facts.
claim that,
I respect it now.
It was racist to investigate the lab leak theory. It was. I mean,
Who
let's
said
just
that in
take an
CNN?
example.
But I'm just saying that when you say allowed, I just think it's a provocative thing you say. You say we're not allowed to talk about these things.
Provocative.
But they're all over the internet. I can Google them. I can find them everywhere. I've heard about every story you
Of
mentioned.
course.
So I'm just suggesting, of course, people are allowed to cover whatever they want to cover.
But you and I both know, and it would be delusional to claim otherwise, that touching your finger to an increasing number of subjects that have been deemed third rail by the mainstream institutions and increasingly by some of the tech companies will lead to reputational damage, perhaps you losing your job, your children sometimes being demonized as well. And so what happens is a kind of internal self-censorship. This is something that I saw over and over again when I was at the New York Times. People saying to themselves, you know what? Why should I die on that hill? Why should I take the 3 or 4 weeks that it takes to smuggle through an op-ed that doesn't suit the conventional narrative? I might as well commission the 5,000th op-ed saying that Donald Trump is a moral monster. What's good?
There you go.
She was since
Who
five.
was that chick?
She was-
Barry Weiss.
She just hit some facts right there.
She was
Like, way to get on CNN and talk your shit, girl. Whoa!
Just saying.
She did
Like,
good. You know why she got away with it? Because she was monotone and you didn't see when it was coming. No, they would have cut her off. Trust me. Listen.
Fair enough.
Listen.
Yo, she kept her cool.
CNN and Fox.
Bow.
They're quick to pull it up, commercial break, all of that shit. He didn't see it coming. Like, even he's like, well, who said that? Because she didn't say you. She set him up. And then
They.
she
Who's
did what
they?
they do to people.
You.
So he was like, who's there? Since you asked, you. Like, that was good. That was a great chess move. Great chess player. But you know what?
I mean, she made a lot of valid points there.
Listen, but we know this, and that's why.
Of course, that's what we talk about.
But guess what? He is like, I don't know. If there was a ranking system, he's probably what, 7th on that channel.
No, I mean, I don't know any.
He's
more than
Yeah, probably.
I'll give you an example. If she could not do that on Don Lemon show, she could not do that on Cuomo show, she could not do that on Tucker Carlson show, she could not do that on who's the other big name?
Well, then thank you.
Hannity.
What's his name? Brian Stelter.
So at some point, like
Brian Club
the fact
Soda,
that
thanks for having her on.
Because look what he just
and
did
letting
to
her talk.
Because look what he just did to Sanjay, who's, I guess, has enough reputation.
On the team.
Who's on the team.
On the team,
And has enough of a reputation where they should allow him to speak.
Sure.
And you saw what he did. He's like,
He was like, nah,
you
dude.
clearly missed the meeting.
Yeah,
so,
nah, yo.
you clearly didn't come to shift meeting.
Well, basically,
So
that's what
work-
she's saying. You can't. There's a list of shit that you
No,
need to
but
talk
she's
about if you
saying-
work here.
Listen, she's saying,
Or else you're.
she's saying the direct connection to the same thing that we talked about with the Chappelle comedy, the same thing that we've been talking about, which we talk about every day on this platform, is that there is an underlying things you cannot say. There's the political correctness that was overshadowed by the woke movement, which is overshadowed by cancel culture, which has now hit people mainstream at home.
Yeah.
Like, you can lose your job.
Yeah.
You could lose your ability to feed your kids by just attacking the wrong subject, which activates a whole machine that can literally shut you down in a couple of days. There's the doctor. You remember the doctor that went up on TV in front of Congress and was like, about the corona and this and that. Where is she now? She was the brave one that everyone said, yo, how come there's never a brave one? I'll give you another one. There's a black cop. He came out the other day, and it was like, how come cops never come out when something blah, blah. He came out. He said that there was an unjust whatever. Guess what? They're terminating him for some other, not for this, not for that, but they found something. And my point is, we live in a culture where, and you always talk about echo chambers, but we live in a culture now that if you are not directly representing a strong enough echo chamber, you're on your own. So the idea is,
you're free meat.
And look what she said.
You know,
she said, "Die on that hill, not get in trouble.
Well,
struggle.
I love that
die
term
on that hill.
I love that term that she brought up because that's a very eloquent way of saying what I've been saying forever. You know, well, for the last couple of years now, is internal censorship. It's, you know, a lot of the problem with what we all talk about is, you know, because we're on the social platforms and stuff, and that's where like this one narrative is prevalent. But and I have said this too. That's why, like in the last election, I said, I don't know, man. Like I wouldn't count Trump out. There's a lot of silent Trump supporters out there.
I agree.
And that's why the whole idea of a rigged election was able to run for so long, because people kind of woke up to that, because it was like, yo, you're right. Like I kind of agree with some of the things he says, but I can't vocalize my support there because I will be chastised. You know, like that's internal censorship is way more prevalent in the conservative end of politics.
Currently,
you know?
yes.
Yeah,
but,
like they speak more at the booth than
Okay, I'm gonna tell you
out.
this. Internal censorship, and this is the crazy thing about America. Like, I think that things in America happen so often and they're in front of our face all the time until you interact with it, you don't realize how real it is. Right? So I can tell you this as an ex-corporate guy, as an ex-corporate GM, I can tell you this. I have been complaining about this I'm 40 plus now, and I was a GM at 26. So what's that? 14 years ago, I was like, something's not right about this HR concept. Because I'm like, it's like almost like if I say something that's kind of not liked, I all of a sudden somehow broke a rule that's not really a rule because like I made a joke and someone in the room was offended, but I wasn't talking to them.
So it's like a social rule.
Yeah, so it's a social.
We don't know
so
the
like
rules.
there's a social etiquette that now somehow was transposed into the corporate environment.
Right.
And I already knew like this was just the beginning. And if you talk to most people, and I have no beef.
Problem is social etiquette bends to the will of who's
in power.
Not in just in who's in power, but who's offended.
No, it's not about that.
But it is,
No,
though.
I want to. I want to agree with
the
him.
power
but-
shift has happened.
No, but the power shift is not about who's offended. The power shift is about who has enough tools to fight back after being offended. So you have to understand, people crack jokes every day. There are jokes about black people, white people, Italians, Puerto Ricans, gay people, transgender. Who has the platform and the finances to make you pay when you overstep those so-called boundaries? I'll give you an example, and this is why I never like to make everything black and white, but this is why I always say these things when it comes to like the black community. The black community has already been conditioned to take it with a grain of salt. We are conditioned like they don't mean it that way. Like you will always catch a black person that'll say that. You yelled at me episodes ago about you want to comply? Yeah, we're conditioned to comply. Because if we don't comply, I'm asking someone to not comply and put their life on the line. As opposed to if a transgender or another so-called marginalized group were to say something, they have more ammunition to fight that battle.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, that goes into the next subject.
Yeah, so to me, it's like America, like your freedoms of speech is absolute until you run into the machine. The question is, how big is the machine you want to fight? You know what I'm saying? Because if I want to talk about, like I'll give you an example. This is the beauty of what Chappelle did. This is the beauty of what
go into that.
I actually just
of what Joe Rogan did with the Corona thing. Joe Rogan's like, hold on, my platform's big enough. My resume sort of speaks for itself.
In a lot of ways bigger, actually.
Yeah. So basically, I'm independent. Everyone knows that. I speak with some sort of intelligence where people respect.
Sure.
I'm in shape. I'm this, I'm that.
willing to listen. Yep.
So if I tell you that I want to try something, I should receive the benefit of doubt as not being an idiot.
Fair.
Same thing with Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle's like, wait a minute. Like he said in the special, people call me the GOAT. He didn't say I am. He said people call me the GOAT. So if people are willing to concede that I may be the greatest of all time, here is my opinion about a burning fucking platform that we need to address.
Yeah.
And I think that this is what will make him go down as one of the greatest, because same thing as Joe Rogan, he's probably going to be the greatest podcaster.
Both of them are going to be the two most important people to
because
comedy.
Exactly.
Moving forward.
The ability
I said this on a reggae post and got blasted.
Yeah,
Why?
Joe Rogan is right now arguably the most important person in America.
100%, because Joe Rogan has monetized an independent platform that opens its doors and microphone to everyone. Like, I would never accuse Joe Rogan of speaking to one type of guest or ducking a conversation.
Yeah, you can't.
So because of that,
it's one of the most admirable things about him. Yeah,
I would get more truth out of a podcast than I could out of a news network.
I've said this a few
and
years
that's where
ago.
We're at. And
that's why the one thing, little critique for you there, Joe Rogan. The one thing that I don't like that Joe Rogan does a lot of the times is he puts himself down in these scenarios.
Oh,
where,
I'm just an idiot.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just
don't listen to me.
stupid.
I'm just a big dumb ape, or I'm just an idiot fight commentator. And it's like, dude, you're so not. You're so more than that. You're like I have said this. I'll die on this hill. Fucking Ian, who wanted, like all of those guys on like the West Coast reggae scene were like jumping all over my throat for saying this, but I meant it. You know, like Joe Rogan right now, arguably is the most important person in America. He's the only, like one of the only people that is putting his platform out there, as large as it is, the amount of people that work for him, and fighting that system of free speech. Of having conversations.
He fights for both sides, though.
That's
the fucked up thing.
No, but
he fights for the conversation.
But
Right.
this is the whole
To
point.
silence him is to. That's the end.
No, he'll never be silenced.
Like,
He won't ever be silenced.
I don't believe he would.
No, he'll never be silenced. But this is the whole point too, because like you used to say in the past, when you talk about echo chambers, and when you talk about social media, and the actual media, you know, people are so in love with being right that they no longer want the truth.
See, can I just jump?
Go ahead.
I think it used to be that people are used to need to be right. Now, people just need to get their opinion out. Need to feel.
I know, but listen, let me tell you something.
You know,
let me
like-
tell you something. There's a very big.
Need to feel like they
I
matter.
don't want to call people egomaniacs, but the concept, and that's what social media does, the concept that I have an opinion and I will not research it, I will not make sure it's right or wrong, I'm just going to spew it
Blurt it
out
out
there.
there.
All right, but let's talk about that for a second. Let's
That's
unpack that little
go ahead.
saying for a second.
Go ahead.
Research it.
Okay, I'm glad you said that too.
Because I can
When
research-
say
I can research the
I'm not
opposite
talking
of-
about Google.
Right.
I'm not.
And my point
I'm
is
not
that-
saying go and Google because
Well, 9 out of 10 people don't know how to properly research.
I know, but here's the thing.
I learned that from talking to my wife who went to law school and basically said that's all they teach you in law school is how to properly research things.
Yeah,
That's
because,
all,
because
like,
you can look something up and I can look up the opposite of what you just looked up and find just as many
100%.
things saying that you're wrong. But then you can
100%.
find all that shit saying I'm wrong.
that you're wrong. Yep.
It's fucking crazy.
It's weird.
no,
Articles,
it's
papers.
not. It's not crazy. It's okay.
It's kind of scary, in my opinion.
Okay, we are very reliant on technology, and technology has already been proven to be watching us and somewhat force feeding us what we want to know and what we already agree with. So it's just a reinforcement. So now, because of that, the challenge to most people is understand the other side. When I used to date my ex-girlfriend, I would watch Fox News. What are you doing? Why would you watch it? I go, hell yeah, I'm gonna watch this. I would watch this before I watch CNN because I want to know exactly what everyone in the room is thinking.
Sure.
I'm not gonna gravitate to the corner that's saying the same thing I'm saying. I'm gonna go, why do you think that? Because it's in those random moments
You learn, or-
you're learning and
Yeah.
you're getting closer to the middle. See, what people don't realize, I always tell people, if you're in an argument or you're in a debate, if someone's 10 and you're 1, everyone thinks the goal is to get them to your side, or my goal is to either get you to 5, or at least you could be in 2, but in the back of your mind, you know why I think 10. Because I'm not gonna let you leave me not knowing why I think that way.
Right.
You could decide I don't give a fuck that he thinks that way, but you know why I think that way.
100%.
Which is exactly what it's about. Like
It's understanding. Like,
Yeah.
and that's what we've lost.
100%.
But I have
You
a
know,
problem-
when it comes to like social discourse, is like we've lost just basic understanding that y'all, we're not going to be the same, and that's cool, man. You like mayonnaise?
Love mayonnaise.
I love mayonnaise.
It's like ranch and blue cheese. I get you. People flip
You know,
out.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
no, I get what
there's
you're
some
saying.
people that don't put that shit on my sandwich.
But my,
You know, like,
my big
mustard,
issue
it's
is
cool.
Yeah,
my
it's
cousin
cool.
John. He will not go near that shit.
That's me and
But-
mustard. What the fuck is
Right.
mustard for?
See, I
But
love mustard.
My
Fuck outta
problem
here.
with that saying, "Oh, I watch Fox News to hear the other side," but we all know that Fox News is doing exactly what CNN is doing, but just on the opposite
and
side.
that's why you got to watch both.
But I'm saying, so you're just getting puffed up bullshit
Okay, ready?
from one side
Ready?
and puffed up bullshit from the other
Ready?
side. What is that? What is the truth?
I'm going to
If
show you
they're
something.
both-
I'm going to show you something. And this is the irony of
Where's the truth there?
the education system. When we were younger, we had to do reading comprehension. You remember that, right? Reading comprehension is when you had to read a whole thing, and you had to be like, what's the subject? What's really happening, and be able to
Do you
process.
know what you're reading?
Yes.
Reading
Right.
comprehend. You comprehend it.
Exactly.
Of course,
and now
it's
because technology
insane.
has taken a quantum leap, now it's basically viewer. comprehension. Can you watch someone speak and understand what they're saying, what's their purpose, what's the point, and can you somehow find the truth in it? And to me, that's
Sometimes no, man.
I agree.
That's hard.
And the reason why people can't find the truth is because they're not looking for it. They're looking
Right.
to be right. And this is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
When you have an opinion, my opinion is this. Guess what? I'm from, the suburbs. I'm from the city. I'm from this. This is my opinion about this. Now, my survival mechanism needs to reinforce my opinion with proof that I'm right. So now how do I do that? I have to find people that think like me, channels that say shit like me, blah, blah. And to me, what people don't realize is if you want to prove you're right, you actually have to do the opposite. You literally have to go dismantle an argument, and that proves you're right.
Yeah.
Reinforcing your argument with your argument is like when they used to tell you can't define a word with a word. You can't do certain shit. So if you have a strong ass,
I don't think that was the same.
No, remember they used to be like,
Can't define a word with a word. I need a word to define the word.
No, they'd be like,
I need a bunch of words.
No, it'd be like,
Can't answer a question with a question? Can it
no,
be like
it'd
that?
be like, what's a good word?
Or can you?
You know when a word is in a different tense? So it'd be like, action. Define action? Action is when you act, like you can't use a word to define the word. So you can't use the word act to define action or acting.
Okay, I feel what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
That's what they would say. So basically,
Gotcha. Now I understand.
Yeah. So basically, it's like when people use arguments to argue their point, that the same thing is like
Yes.
you're not saying anything. You're just repeating. And this is
You're
what happens on social
circling.
media. They just keep, and then now people are trained to just pound the fuck out of someone
Yeah.
until they pound into submission. And this is why people have such vitriol and such hate on both sides, because it's not a conversation. It's just a pounding.
Oh, it's still going.
It's five guys sharing the
going.
same shit
Yep.
of a doctored photo
Well, you know what's
or
interesting?
a doctored conversation
You know
or
what
a manipulated thing.
You know what I just started watching last night? I'm only like an episode and a half in, but
Don't tell me that squidding shit.
it actually caught me, and it's interesting.
Games,
No,
but go on.
it's on that HBO show, fucking Q Into the Storm. It's about the whole QAnon phenomenon and how
Okay.
that shit started, and it's literally like what we're talking about.
Obama.
No, I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. Like, I'm not all the way. I'm not all the way in it.
You know, Obama gets blamed for a lot, so I have to throw that in there. But yeah.
But yeah, no, it's pretty scary. Like how these people are. They literally idolize Donald Trump, but not because of Trump. Because
his
of
abilities-
this. No, because of this fictitious, mysterious person online, Q, who just pounds buzzword content.
Cult?
You know, it's very
The word
cult-like.
cult.
Yeah,
You know
what?
it's
You gotta
very
watch-
cult-like.
Isn't our whole society very cult-like?
Yeah.
Well, you got to watch
I wanted to go ahead. What?
No, I was going to say, there's another special about a group of Republicans that switched sides, and they created social media manipulation, basically.
Yeah. Those were the rhinos, right? The rhino Republicans, I believe, is what they were calling them.
Yes, and then they
sorry.
they created a whole thing, and what they did is they created a full-fledged marketing strategy, and they
But
targeted.
it was all defamatory.
No, they didn't do defamatory.
No,
What
they did.
What they did was.
I watched the whole thing.
You sure it's the same one?
100%.
Because what they did is they targeted.
It was the Mitt
not the right or
Romneys.
the left. They targeted the middle. Like people who were indecisive.
Yeah.
They're like, if we can just get enough of the middle.
It was all
to lean-
defamatory stuff about Trump, Mitch McConnell, but then it turns out that
Oh, Mitch McConnell is not
exactly. It turns out
it's not hard
that
to
was
defame
just
that guy.
but that was like the fucking ruse of it. You know that's why like it shielded the view away from these Republican parties, because it wasn't just on Trump. It was on other Republicans as well. So but then it wound up coming out. That's why they were called the Rhino Republicans or something like that.
No, I'm gonna find another.
I remember it. We'll look it up.
I'm
We'll
gonna
have
find
a
it.
Sounds like
conversation.
fun.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Who cares? It just shows how fucked up the Republican Party is. You know, bunch of clown ass motherfuckers.
But every party's like that. And I know we're gonna switch over topics, but
I wanted
right
to-
now
before
the
we do-
Democrats are struggling to get a bill passed because they're fighting within themselves. And
Right, because Biden just came out and said tuition-free community
I know.
college is not going to
But
be a
I
part
gotta
of
be
it
honest,
now.
hold on, I gotta be honest with you guys.
It's like, yo,
if you
this is
thought-
what you ran on. You definitely
It-
didn't run on dropping more bombs overseas and giving billions of dollars of weaponry
Yeah, but-
to our enemies.
I gotta tell people, like, this is why voting is fun and it's funny
Play
crack
stupid
jokes.
games, get
Because
stupid rewards.
if you thought, okay, we live in a capitalist society. You have to follow big business. You follow the money, you find the criminals. If you really
You
thought,
can't when you can't look at the kid's laptop.
no, well, we'll get to that. But my point is, if you follow the money, it's like, you know what, that from that movie. It's like you follow the drugs, you get drug users. You follow the money, you get to the real drug dealers and the real
Right.
criminals. The point is, like, college, universities is a multi-billion-dollar business. Going to school for free is the equivalent, and I hate to say this, of cancer patients getting free chemo. Never going to happen. Ever. No one in the United States of America will ever go to school for free. It's too much money. You're never gonna get a fucking textbook
I
for
did,
free
'cause I didn't go.
No, you probably somebody owes somebody. I can tell you right now. You can, like, I had tap and Pell loans or whatever. But my point is, someone owes somebody.
Yep.
And I'm gonna tell you what's funny too is and then we're gonna get off this topic. The funny thing is, billions are going to climate change while these guys can't go to school for free. And the best part about billions going to climate change is that no matter what you're told, it's unproven science. The idea that we're going to stop what could possibly happen in climate can't be proven.
You can't stop
'Cause we
the
don't even know
cyclic
what's gonna-
cycle of the
Because we don't
earth.
even know what's going to happen. So someone's going to tell you what they think is going to happen,
Right.
and we're going to dump money into what we think going to happen, and then we're going to dump into money into a solution for what could possibly happen without either knowing it could really happen or
I mean,
this
again-
will really fix it. So think about that. Think about paying.
Not
for,
to jump all over climate change right now, but just there's a couple
yeah.
of false things there. Like, yes, it is an unproven science, but there are facts that have been proven.
Yes.
There is more carbon in the atmosphere.
Yes.
You know, there are a lot of things that are man-made that are aiding in that.
100%.
You know?
I agree with that.
So yeah, but other than that, I agree with you.
What I don't
you know?
agree is for you to have a bill and billions of dollars of the bill is going towards that, as opposed to we don't
That's
have
a
money.
never-ending change.
Yeah, we
That's
don't have
a
money.
train
No, I
that's
agree
not
with you.
stopping though.
And we don't have money for colleges.
Not a-
HBCUs.
it's a train that's not
Let's take
stopping.
a
You know why
bloodless-
it's not going to stop?
Why?
Because Elon Musk just proved how much money you could make by going in that direction of climate protection.
Of course, because
Building
it's
solar panels, building.
You know why?
I heard
building electric
actually. I heard
cars.
Tesla. The whole solar thing was bullshit. They never actually really were in it. It was like a failing company of his brother-in-law's that he just bought.
Solar City.
And yeah, well now it's making me second guess if I want to go with a
Too late.
Tesla roof.
You did it.
No, I didn't yet.
Oh.
But it makes me want to second guess this because a lot of the guys in solar are saying Tesla's already got one foot out the solar door.
Yeah, but the question is, does
So-
it work?
Also,
Does the
we'll
technology
see.
work?
We'll
Yeah,
see.
the technology
We'll
works.
see.
Yeah,
Okay, if the
for sure.
technology works, if they want to take a
He's
foot
got
out,
the lowest cost per kilowatt right now in solar. So there's a lot
Listen.
of. He would rather go into the battery
exactly.
that gets charged from the solar panels than build the fucking solar panels.
That's what I'm saying.
For sure.
It's a business move. I don't
Yeah.
think if the science works, you stick with the science. I think that at the end of the day, they're businessmen too. Like, why would I want to get stuck on that part of it when I could make more money on that part? And I'm not mad
Every
about it.
company's
you.
making electric cars. It's happening. And you know what else? And
Now they're gonna make water
and this is
cars
the
soon.
problem. California's starting all this shit. And I think Massachusetts went 2035, you can't sell gas vehicles anymore. Now, by 2024, they want no more sales of gas lawn equipment. Only electric.
Yeah, fuck it. People are gonna have forces in that. As long
I'm just saying because that's the cycle it's happening, and
ridiculous.
it's just gonna
Weed
keep
whackers.
going. Actually, electric shit is starting to get up at the par
Open
now.
the border
anyway, so it doesn't
and
even
bring out the
fucking matter.
machetes. I didn't say that. Keep going.
Jesus Christ, you totally did.
Insane. I finally watched the Chappelle episode.
Chappelle show.
The Chappelle
Joe
special.
Rogan, I smoke crack.
I thought it was good. You know,
Good. Just good.
All right, well, no. On a comedy special end, I thought it was good. I think that it was incredibly culturally necessary.
Okay, I'll give you that. But good.
That's been the narrative for that whole thing from a lot of people.
And
I think
not
it was
taking it
great.
away, it's like he had a lot of shit to say.
Because of what he said.
And a lot of valid points. I mean, a lot of necessary points that needed to be addressed. And then he kind of just like smashed some jokes in there.
I know,
which
but-
I'm fine with because I'm a Chappelle show. I'm a Chappelle fan.
Chappelle
So
show.
no matter
Got
what
him.
show he puts on, like I'm going to enjoy it and think
Okay.
he's funny, you know?
Here's the thing.
But I don't. So because I knew that you were gonna, someone was gonna get upset for me saying
No,
that.
I'm not upset. I just
On a comedy special end, it was good,
Nah, I think it's better than good.
but it was incredibly culturally necessary.
No, listen.
like this needed to happen, and everyone in America needs to watch this and listen.
You got to keep in mind what he's
That's-
comparing it to.
No, I get it.
He's comparing it to
I
other
get-
Dave Chappelle comedy
I
specials.
understand exactly what he means.
So
On a
to
comedy
himself?
end, it's
No,
you know,
I get
good.
exactly what you're saying, but I think that the ability to take the subject matter and to make it into comedy is getting a little bit underrated. And this is what I'm saying. If he came out and he did straight jokes,
But I mean,
I
my
get what he's
point-
saying. Let's say
Gene, my point was they were basic jokes, and like I'm not knocking on him, but it's like, again, maybe it's just because I'm a big Chappelle fan and I know his style, but it's like you knew when the joke was coming because you heard the setup. You know what I'm saying? And then
Which
it
is
was,
right.
and then it got back to listen. You
Which
know,
I think that's the way he's going moving forward.
and I think that's
think
great.
that's what he
No,
wants to
I'm
do.
not
I
knocking
think-
it.
I
I
think-
think, like I said, it's culturally necessary.
No, listen.
like I
think-
hope he does more.
Listen, as he's as the greatest of all time, it is his job. I told you, like last week, Nina Simone, artists should reflect the times. So, as the GOAT, the GOAT has the GOAT.
I see what you're saying.
Yes,
This is what you meant, but like the George Carlin.
yes. Like
Yeah.
you have no choice. When Kevin Hart is on top of the game, and you're sitting down as the GOAT, and Kevin Hart is ascending. He's Eddie Murphy in the Richard Pryor era, or yeah, that's about right. So you know,
Okay.
yeah. So you're sitting
enough.
there and you're watching a guy apologize and still get punished, and you have the ability because you maneuvered your career in a way, and that's why that joke when he's like, I walked away for $50 million.
Yes.
Like, to me,
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
That's accurate.
You see, that-
is it a
it's
joke?
not a joke.
To some people, I think it's both.
I think it's-
I think that he was punking the industry.
That's a bar, you know?
Yes.
Like, that's facts,
And
bro.
that's my point. I think that the thing with him, at the level he's at now, to me, that's part joke because it's like, I walked away for fucking $50 million. To me, there's a part of you sit there and you're like, this guy fucking walked away for $50 million. And you laugh because that's just fucking absurd.
It's impactful, though,
Then there's a
because-
part of you that's like, he left a corrupt, blah, blah.
Yup.
That little introspection.
Yup.
Well, he
That's
said
funny
he
on a
said
different
why
level.
he left it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
He said he left it because he felt like people were laughing not with him,
but at him.
at him.
But that's the point. The
And it
point
felt
is that
more racist than
he
anything.
like when
Right,
you-
it was that Chappelle episode.
when your
Chappelle
art-
show episode.
When your
Yeah.
art
Yeah.
form allows you to express something that is very real, you internalize the real, and I think because you're internalizing the real, which is what you did, which is nothing wrong with it. When you internalize the real, you kind of forget everything around it, and I think that's why some people think it was okay comedy, but it was great.
Like,
informative.
okay,
I think it was a lot funnier than people realize, but he hit you so hard with the truth.
Well, that's the
Yeah,
case.
see, that's
though.
the thing.
That's
he
the gift
wasn't
and the curse.
performing, he was talking. You know, like, and that's what I think the difference was. And that's why I think it was so culturally necessary because
Oh, 100%.
he just banged us over the head
Yeah,
with
but
those
I think
last
that-
ones. You know what I mean?
and
And then
I-
to come out and as this one, the closer, and it's like, okay, we got some shit we need to address.
I'm gonna give it.
You know, and I respect the shit out of it for that because it's things that needed to be addressed.
I'll give you another thing. I think I mentioned it last time too, but like when Michael Jordan, which I know you didn't watch it, when Michael Jordan did The Last Dance, as another person who's arguably the GOAT, I think that I'm not saying this is just pure speculation, but I think that America was falling in love with LeBron. LeBron is just, he's dynamic. Michael Jordan never chose to speak in front of a microphone. His whole thing was, my play on the court dictates it. And then he's very famous for Republican Buy Shoes too, which was taken out of context because he did actually donate money to the Democratic candidate at the time. The moral of the story was that his mom told him to put money, and he was like, yo, Republican Buy Shoes too. Let me at least know what this guy's about before you just ask me for a blank check for this guy. Bottom line. So when he created The Last Dance, part of what that was about was he was showing the world the killer instinct and what it really took to win those championships. Dennis Rodman flying to Vegas in the middle of the NBA Finals to have a drugging whore mission. Scottie Pippen saying his back hurt, not being able to play. Like the shit that he was going through, and he carried his team to championships. He was showing you the DNA of what it took, and that was his version of saying, this is why I'm the GOAT. And I think Chappelle was like, yo, not only will I not die on this hill, I'm going to free you guys, which is why it went back to freeing the slaves.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yo, I can do this because I got what it takes. Which technically, Richard Pryor in his time, I don't think Eddie Murphy ever really addressed.
He only had a few big specials, and then he just stopped doing.
But Richard Pryor
movies,
went after real shit. Like Richard Pryor, if you go back to his comedy, he went toe-to-toe with racism. He did. It's just that at that time, it was like, bam, it's in my, so
Right.
white America was like, okay, he's funny. This is in my face. Like, what the fuck you want me to do about it? You know what I mean? If those jokes land now, it'd be a little bit different.
Well, you see what happened to Netflix.
What?
They started striking again.
It's a workout. They walked out. All the workers walked out in L.A.
For what? Because Chappelle? Yeah.
Because the CEO, he apologized, but he apologized for the way he said deal with it. He basically said,
Deal with
guys,
it.
this is real life. Deal with it.
Yeah.
This is how it's going to be.
Yeah.
In other words, he didn't denounce it, but I guess he said it in a different way,
That-
and he
no, see,
apologized.
I shouldn't have been so hard with that.
Yeah, he's saying, the reality
But
is people
grow the
did get
fuck
hurt
up.
by it. Okay. Like, he wasn't being a dick. He was like, people are hurt by it,
I
but
don't know how anyone could be hurt by it.
I don't know. But he was like, the
Transgender
reality
silly.
is...
How? Then you didn't listen.
Right.
If you were hurt and offended by that Dave Chappelle special, you didn't listen.
I agree.
You went
No.
in there to be hurt and offended.
Correct.
Yes and no.
So, no.
I think so.
Yes and no.
He didn't
No,
say anything that should be hurtful or offensive.
Well, he basically blamed the
He
transgender
basically
community.
bigged them up. No, he bigged
for
up the
a
entire.
suicide.
He had bigged up. Well, they fucking pounced on one of their own there, and I understand that.
And that's what he was trying to say. And that's the part. That's what they're mad about. He basically accused them of not just taking out one of their own, but it's almost like saying that you guys wanted me so badly. So me and everything I represent, which is the freedom of speech and blah blah, that you guys are just as bad as what I say.
Yes.
In a weird way.
I agree with him.
Yes. And I
And
think
I agree.
that's what they're taking offense to.
See what I
They're-
heard. What I
they're-
heard there, Gene, was he bigged up the LGBTQ community by saying, "Listen, my community, the black community, basically take a note. They drew a line in the sand." A hard line in the
I
sand
agree.
and said, you will not fucking cross this line. And when anyone does, they attack.
Well, I'll tell you this.
So, like, in a way, he bigged them up and was saying, like, you guys got to the finish line faster than we did.
Listen, my thought process with the LGBTQ community has always been the same. At the end of the day, the machine that runs that makes them successful is still a white male. I can't pinpoint that. I can't prove it. But I think that white men with enough money are still behind the LGBTQ community, which is why it allows it to move at that. And I think that Dave Chappelle was trying to elude at that, even when he said, my problem has always been with the whites. So it's like, what is he really talking about? And obviously he's talking about racism, this and that. But I think that he was also alluding to, like, where did the LGBTQ get all this power from? And I still think the white male.
Hollywood.
Which is the white male.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
And guess
look at
what?
all the heads of CEOs.
When
of those
necessary,
companies.
Hollywood will eat one of its own, just like what they did with Harvey Weinstein. It was necessary. It was a calculated move that this has gone out of control.
Yeah.
We got to take one of our guys out.
It
was
is funny
John
how those
Gotti taking our
pieces fall
7 home.
together.
Yeah, it is funny how all pieces fall together. You know?
And they eat their own.
You have to. You have
So-
to. Because what's good then
Yeah, what,
it's not
speaking
good
of-
now.
Speaking of eating your own,
Uh-oh.
talk about hip hop.
Yeah, I was about to
Rappers.
just jump into this. So I
You made me read
found
and watch that.
myself into a hole. I fell into a YouTube hole the last 2 days because I was just blown away by this. Right? We'll talk about it quickly. So like, okay.
Quickly, take your time. Because I was going to say quickly, but I feel like this is an interesting topic.
go.
Okay?
All right,
I
so
do find this interesting.
I sent you guys that video to
Which
just
I watched.
watch, right?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did. I didn't understand what half the shit he was saying, but I got the
he
gist.
Julio-
basically named everyone that
No,
got
I
list of
saw
dead
that. I'm just
and
saying.
right?
how, which is funny.
Yeah, and he kind of punked him too, but
Which
Right, so, like-
which for
in some cases,
white America, ops is opposition. It's like
Your enemies.
yeah, but it's not necessarily enemy. That's what's funny about the word op. Op is just like someone who's not down with you. Also,
Right, okay,
Like if
fair.
you're not with me, you're an op.
Right.
But
Gotcha.
then there's people. That guy needs to die. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's two different. No,
I got it. I got it.
See, so this is my problem
Go
here,
ahead.
and it's okay. I realized after I dove into this, I watched this like 2-hour documentary on this thing. Yeah, I mean, like, bro, and then I just started watching other ones and like other things, and then all of a sudden, reaction videos of like very popular reactors on YouTube started popping up of their reactions to some of these videos, and now. At first listen, right? I just sent you guys a song, and I realized I did you all a disservice here about talking to this because to you, it's just a gangsta ass hip hop song, right?
No, that's not true. I felt
Gene, when
what you said.
when you dive into everything behind this is the latest song of like a 4 to 5 year ongoing turf battle. That now this is the mind-blowing part of it is they're all rappers. They're all young kids, teenagers at this time when this whole shit started. They're strapped to the fucking nines, bro. Like in these videos that these kids are posting up, they're pulling out clips that I didn't even know existed.
the drum.
Like, yo, what the fuck is this Tommy gun looking shit
Yeah,
you
with
got
the
on
end
that
around,
nine?
yeah.
Like, what the hell is, strapped to the nine? Waving it around like it ain't nothing. And then all of a sudden it's like they start beefing with each other. And then pop, three kids die, 16, 17 years old. A week later, there's a hip hop song out about them. About the other crew mocking the kids that they just killed. And then there's a retaliation. Pop, couple more die. And then the other crew starts doing it. Turns into like this Facebook and Instagram story wars of them. One dude showed a kid's dead body. Like, and they're clowning him. Like, now this is where someone like me who is a pretty hardcore libertarian I believe in freedom of speech. I believe in, the right to bear arms.
I think I know where you're going, but go ahead.
This is taking this to a disgusting, inhumane level. And at what point, what I want to talk about is, at what point is Facebook and Instagram and YouTube liable for allowing this to go out there? Because now,
Bro,
and again,
they're all under fucking fire as it is.
where
with
my
shit like
beef
this.
comes is like the reactors, like the No Life Shacks. And these big platform guys like him that are reacting to these songs and pausing it and going, oh shit, like he just smoked Leaky. Look at that. Like, yo, take a hot second from your fucking fantasy world on YouTube and realize that 3 days ago that kid was breathing. And now he's not. And it's people like you that are bigging this shit up and making these kids famous by promoting these songs and giving them their streams to fund more killing of young kids in the name of hip hop. As a hip hop artist, that's fucking disgusting and offensive. And that shit it's disgusting on an inhumane level. They're literally, I get it. And there's a lot of kids growing up now, the Fortnite kids. And I hate to blame video games because I fucking played video games. But literally, if you listen to the lyrics of their songs, they're dropping video game references. You know, so it's like they're living these Fortnite fucking Grand Theft Auto childhoods and then bringing that to real life and reality and literally going around and shooting people and then glorifying it online, and it's getting millions of streams.
Okay, so let me unpack.
How is this okay?
I'm going to unpack everything you're saying.
Gene, let me, before you
Yeah.
even get into it, because you're a hip hop head.
Yes.
This documentary that I watched, it opened up with, this is by far the deadliest rap beef in hip hop history.
And this is why I'm glad you brought that up. Because here's the thing. Hip hop has always monetized beef. Even now.
Part of the culture, competition.
Yes, even
but-
now, what's the most exciting going on in hip hop right now? The verses.
Right.
Yeah. Word.
So it's all about you versus me. And the problem is, where do the lines get blurred? In the past, the lines got blurred because of money. Biggie and Tupac, their deaths are directly, the reason why they can't be solved is because there's what you see and what we didn't see. What we see is just the overall East Coast, West Coast beef and the monetization of it. Who's really involved and what's happening underneath, we'll never know. And that's the issue, because there were real gangs involved, there were real killers, real police involved, but in the surface, to naked eye, it was just music. We're enjoying the music. You know, Biggie makes a song, "Who Shot Ya?" Like, we're like, that can't be real.
Right.
But it slaps, it's entertaining
It slaps,
as
it
fuck.
entertains, it insults a group, it makes people mad, blah, blah. I'm going to show you another one.
That was also a misunderstanding.
Right, I
too,
mean,
though.
Is it?
The
We
white kid
don't
in
know.
Kansas who's
we-
following Foolio and, yo, you smoked that fool, ha 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 ha, you know, send me some leaky. Like, he don't really understand, I'm sure, fully what he's doing. To him, it's entertainment.
I know, but what I'm trying to tell you is that...
But it's not. It's real
It's
life. This is
always-
a real son.
it's always-
A mother is really weeping.
It's always been this way. It's just right now what you're watching is the morphing of... This is the extreme, because once again, let's go back to when 50 Cent and Ja Rule had beef. What people don't realize is that was a real beef.
Yeah.
50 Cent was shot. If you listen to the lyrics,
Yeah.
he got shot like I got shot, but he ain't fucking breathing. He put that on wax for consumption. That song probably went platinum. You know, that's Many Men. That's actually one of his best songs. So, like, people hear this and it's like, oh, that's a dope line. No, that is a reality. You know what I mean? I'll give you another example just to show you the whole evolution of this.
Yeah, but okay, I see where you're going here.
No,
but yo, this is way
No,
different.
I agree with you. And part of where I'm going...
These kids, they shot and killed that dude Foolio. They shot and killed his little brother. I
Yes.
think his name was Bibby, right?
Yes.
And then a couple of other dudes from his clique. And then they went out in fucking polos on a golf course and shot a music video called Who I Smoke. And
No.
then dropped every one of these dead kids. I'm going to say kids because they were teenagers.
Oh, they're going to be locked up and they're going to use this in court anyway. You do
They
realize
dropped,
this.
but Gene, like these things, this happened. This has
I know,
been
but-
happening. Like, when is that shit gonna stop?
Jesse, it's... Okay. There's a big gap between the...
When are people gonna stop?
I'm telling you, there's a big gap between the OGs and the new Gs. You know what's so funny? It's not funny at all, but you know those movies like Purge, and they have these movies like
Yeah.
What's the other one where Hunger Games? Like basically that's what this is. This is like Hunger Games where everyone's sitting there watching people in real life, because they give you see how that movie, they give you two perspectives. There's people really trying to survive and do whatever they want, and then you have the masses of consumption just sitting
Wanted
there,
to see people die, yeah.
just like gladiators, just like those are real people. They may be slaves, but so my point is that the evolution of hip hop, and you said it right there. If it's being monetized, that means it's being promoted. And if it's being promoted, you got to trace who is actually okay with this. Because
Kids are really
I
dying.
get what you're saying, and I'm not. What I'm trying to tell you is that there are companies that we need to research and put on blast, because how are they getting paid? Who's paying them for these millions of views?
YouTube.
All right, so then YouTube.
You got to look at the subscribers.
That's what I'm saying. You have to really dig deep, because what I'm trying to
How
tell
many
you.
subscribers? I mean, they probably got enough to monetize
Bro,
it.
we're
But
talking millions of streams.
And that's, I know, and guess what?
This one song in the first weekend got like 20 million
because
streams.
you know why? Because hip hop, especially when it comes to beef,
Of bragging about killing some kids.
okay, hip hop, when it comes to beef, the closer it is to reality, in this case, it is reality, the more money it makes. It is the phenomena of 50 Cent. It's the phenomena of Jay-Z. This is just the extreme version, except by guys who don't have the vision to understand that what we're doing is wrong and we can still make money pretending, like 6ix9ine did.
There are more videos
get
in
it,
this.
bro.
No, I'm just
Bro,
saying.
I
Like,
get
no,
it.
I'm gonna explain my stance here. There are more videos. I watched that one, and then after I watched those documentaries and of them explaining, I was like, you know what? I don't even care to watch the rest
Good,
of those
because
videos.
you don't want to support it anymore.
Because I'm not trying to give you
Views
the
to
dollars
support-
on that
exactly.
shit. Like that. This shit is gross.
Okay, let me tell you something. When Jay-Z had beef with Mobb Deep, right? He infamously, in the Summer Jam screen, he put up pictures of them as ballerinas, because when they were 5 or 6, their mom put them in ballet school. So he dug up the dirt.
30-something kids died over that beef.
No. I'm trying.
No one did.
I'm not saying they did.
No one died.
I'm trying to make you understand
They kept it hip hop.
the intelligence. No, this is what I'm trying to make you understand. One of Mobb Deep see Jay-Z somewhere. They run up on Jay-Z.
Okay.
And they're like, now what? And Jay-Z looks at him like, dude, it's just music. Like, what's wrong with you? And the guy's like, what? He goes, yeah, it's just hip hop. And the guy felt stupid.
Yeah.
And my point is that there's a maturation on one side and there's an immaturity on the other. What you're dealing right now is two
kids.
immature sides. Kids trying to play a grown-up game in real life. Like, I would like to
And
think
there are.
that
A
hip-hop has left.
22-month-old kid was shot and killed.
I agree, and I would like
You
to
know,
think that
like-
hip hop has left the gangster forum, but it hasn't, because till this day, that shit still sells. And as long as it sells, there's ignorant assholes like that, because now they're in a competition not just for their lives because they're in a gang war, but they're also in a competition to keep the streams and the views going. So it's a double side.
Let me ask you this.
It's a double side mindfuck. Like, I have to worry about my life because we killed enough people on this side where they're gonna kill us if we don't kill them. And then it's like, yo, if we don't keep doing what we're doing, the money stops coming in.
Just to circle
You know what
this-
I mean? Which is the same thing with drug. Which is the same thing if you think about old school drug beef. These guys were fighting for blocks of corners to sell their drugs and make money. But at the same time, because of the beef with other people that got killed, now my life's in danger, so we cannot get out the cycle. And this last thing I'm gonna say about this, Nipsey Hussle was a gangbanger. The real thing. He made it out, but never did, which is why he died the way he did. Because they don't go, oh,
He's out.
he's out. He did the right thing. He's giving back to the community. Like, no, bro. You did these things.
Yeah.
It will follow you. And I'm glad you're successful, but today's the day you die.
which is terrible.
Which is terrible.
Because he was doing really good things.
Which is the ultimate message you can send these kids. Like, the life that you're going down, you won't be able to get out.
Yeah, I don't think they care, and like
Yeah, I don't-
that's the
Now.
whole thing. No,
Now.
that's even like
When they're
even in an
married with
interview.
children and they have to
Even
look
in
over
an
their back.
interview, that dude Fulio, his boys were shot and killed that day, and he went live on Instagram
Because he's numb.
Like, yo, y'all think that affects me? Like, yeah, those are my homies, but you know,
Because
now I'm gonna smoke 2 more of yours. But like, okay, this is my whole point. They're able to go on IG Live and Facebook Live and shit, post all this shit, post up dead bodies, clowning kids that are dead, smoking them, you know, like, I mean, like, really bringing like disrespect to a new level. They're allowed to do that, but someone like Donald Trump gets banned and striked off all social medias because he's inciting violence.
can I tell you something?
Where are the fucking heads of you
Listen,
people?
let me tell you something. I told
Yeah.
someone, it's so funny you mentioned this, because the other day, like 3 days ago, I was somewhere and I'm like, Louis Farrakhan and Donald Trump both need social media. I said, because at the end of the day, Everyone should have the right to speak.
Yep.
Leaders should have the right to speak. And to be honest with you, when you don't let people speak, as extreme as Donald Trump may or may not be to certain people, his silence or him not speaking actually creates more extremists.
Yep.
Of course.
Because you get someone who's even more upset.
Well, didn't Farrakhan break the one rule, not the one line? Didn't he cross the one line that
What,
was
he said
drawn?
about
Drop a
Jews?
Jew line. There you go.
I'm pretty sure it was Louis Farrakhan.
Well,
I'm
I
pretty
don't,
sure it was
I don't know what he
Farrakhan.
said, but I will tell you that he has millions of followers.
Oh, of course.
But
he did the one the one white group you don't talk
No,
about.
I agree, and I'm gonna tell you this. I think that, and this see, it all goes.
And they're
back,
not even all white.
It goes back to internal censorship. Do I believe? I think Donald Trump should have a platform to speak. Do I believe that Donald Trump needs to put more energy and effort into his message? 100%.
I mean,
I think
hold on, just to clarify here, Donald Trump still has a massive platform to speak. Did you see his last rally?
I know, but
I'm just saying.
you and I both know.
Tens of thousands of people show up for this fucking guy
I get
everywhere
it. Listen,
he goes.
there was a Trump rally in Long Island. I think they were beeping.
When? Recently?
I don't know. I saw.
That was just a bunch of dudes driving their trucks.
Yeah, but
I'm saying,
They
like,
bought
for
the
real,
flags. They need to use them, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking,
yeah,
they don't want to waste money.
But my thing is,
dudes filling up stadiums still.
I'm not saying he doesn't.
I'm
fill
just
up
saying,
stadiums.
it's insane.
I listen. If he filling up stadiums, we're not winning the next election. Let's get that stranded.
I don't even think he would run. He might.
What? Listen. First of all, he doesn't think he lost, so why wouldn't he run? That's one. Second of all, I think that he's
Got 3 years,
he's being given a softball to fucking hit right now. Actually, the whole Republican Party's been given a softball. It's just who's going to step up and swing.
It's still early. I mean, yeah, people
No.
listen. Americans forget, man.
Yo, I watched-
all it's going to take.
listen,
all it's going
I
to
watched
take
CNN
is,
for
is
2 minutes.
one good distraction. People are going to forget. Place opens up. People
Listen.
forget all about Joe Biden and his crazy
Yeah,
mandates.
let me say, I watched CNN today, and the guy
Just is what it is.
told one of Biden's advisor about the bill. He goes, "Why would you guys pass a bill if, in all likelihood, you guys are gonna lose the Senate next, and they're just gonna reverse it?" And the guy's like, "We don't believe that we're gonna lose the Senate." And I was sitting there laughing because here's a CNN reporter.
Well, see, here's the thing.
Who already in his mind, it's a foregone. Because I agree too. I think it's a foregone conclusion.
The
You're not
DNC
gonna-
might not lose the Senate because there's still a lot of people in the country that are like, let's just call a spade here. The Democratic Party has much more representation and support throughout the country as a whole right now. That you have a large generation of young voters that are still on the Donald Trump train. You know what I'm saying? That's going to take some time.
I agree,
to,
but I
that's
think
gonna,
that-
you know,
I think that
the
affects-
Democrats did the
look-
smart thing infiltrating the universities because they have voters for decades right now.
I know, but I think that here's the thing.
Did people not forget about Epstein?
People forgot all about him.
My point.
They're going to
So
forget
you're
all
right.
about Joe Biden. Yeah, 100%.
No, but I don't think it's gonna be that easy.
And there's still more news coming out about Epstein. There's still more shit coming out.
But look at this
But
way.
people are like,
they just
Joe
lost.
Biden sucks.
Yeah, but they just
Go Brandon.
they just lost their free tuition.
Go Brandon.
Listen, they just lost their free tuition. They just
did.
You know, like that's what I'm saying. Like you have to let this whole shit play out. And
I think it's hilarious. They thought free tuition was going to happen.
me
though.
too. But you know what? You think? Listen, no new taxes. Isn't that famous? No new taxes. Politicians lie all the time. The question. Okay. Another thing.
Yeah,
I
but
saw,
that was a Republican.
I know, but I saw
He
something.
gave the IRS permission to audit your bank accounts.
Yeah, but if you are a 1099 employee,
What?
that was coming for you anyway. Like I don't know why people are shocked.
Stop
If you are an individual employee,
Stop it.
what do you mean? You can't just walk around making money.
Yes, you can.
And not
you
paying
used to
taxes.
be able to.
There was always a way to
what do
walk
you think
around
this is?
making money.
Able to.
You know the problem with
Motherfuckers
people.
got mattresses to
The
stuff.
pro-
I miss the days of dropping some dollars at the inspector's feet and going, "Hey, you
No,
dropped
the
that."
problem is the nerds that shut down. The problem
Well,
is
not mine.
The problem is the
Must be
nerds that
yours.
shut down Instagram and Facebook could have went after IRS. They got it.
I'm just kidding. I've never done that.
Use your
It's
time
so
better.
old. I've heard old contractors talk about that. It's
Yeah.
never happened for me.
You got to Yeah, and you got to use your energy wisely, guys. Come on, there's a nerd. Get on the computer. Shut
Yeah.
your ass. But okay, where are we going?
It's funny.
I think.
I don't know.
I think
Yeah,
we
my
covered
whole thing
everything.
that I wanted to get your opinion on was that
Nah,
you know,
I get
at
it.
what point does it go too far? I believe that
Can I be honest with you?
it is.
At this
past
point, it's up
that
to hip
point,
hop and
you know?
hip hop heads to really
It can't
be more vocal.
You know,
It's not.
It's
Like,
not
even
because
if,
Nas was
even
trying
if
to tell you-
Jay-Z comes out tomorrow and
Doesn't
goes,
matter, not
"Yo,
relevant enough."
y'all are being stupid. Stop doing it."
Yeah, it
All it
won't
does is
matter.
elevate the platform.
You're right.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You have
Yes.
dumb consumers out there that are treating this like a real life movie
But you have to
because
understand.
it is to them.
Okay.
If social media is gonna control shit, then
Have you ever seen
control it? Then.
Have you ever seen the meme that goes like, if you get in my car, we're selling drugs and pimping bitches?
Nah, yo, that don't show up on my algorithm.
Okay, well, basically, that meme is it's a joke on the fact that people live a double life through music.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, you're,
I know exactly what you're saying. You're driving to work,
Oh,
right? You're
yeah.
driving to
What was
work
that
and
from?
you're doing the most gangster. It's like the dude from Office Space.
yes,
Right?
yes.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately,
You live the most
we're
gangster
so
life in your
deep
car.
into that,
Yeah.
and then you add social media to it. It's so. First of all, people get arrested off social media every day. That's how bad social media is because criminals are posting shit, and the cops are like, "Great, they didn't know.
How come these motherfuckers
had no
aren't?
idea where this guy was? Hit locator button. Thank God he's in a hotel.
Yeah,
let's
I
go
mean-
pick him up." So
Even watching the whole thing, I could see how these guys are getting away with it. Like it's they're not completely incriminating themselves, but like some of them are, and some of
That's
them
what I'm
have
saying.
gotten arrested for
Yes.
it. You know what I
So
mean? Like are
eventually-
doing life in jail for multiple
eventually,
homicides.
That's gonna end it. But you also
Because
have to
they-
understand, gang life. There are people
Admitted
who,
to it in a rap verse.
There are people in gang
Idiots.
life who are actually okay with going to jail for life. Like this, like
Yeah, it's
Yo,
safer
on
in
the
there
real.
for some of
Listen,
them.
on the real, I have a few family members that are are
Yeah.
COs.
yeah. And that's what they said, right?
Yo, it's like, yeah, like there are people that, like you've said, you know, there are street dudes that realize they're in too deep, they're never gonna get out.
Yep.
At this rate, I'm gonna die on the street corner.
Yep.
Or someone in my family's gonna get popped because of me.
Yep.
I'm better off and will have a better life inside.
Yep.
I got 3 meals in a cot. You know, 3 hots in a cot, right? Like that's the old saying. It's one, I think I might have said it before. It's like one of the most heartbreaking stories that I ever heard. My uncle, you know, he's a CO here on the island, and very, very nice inmate that he had, in and out of jail all the time. Older black man, super, super, you know, polite, nice guy. He was in for like 4 months, and on his way out, it was like December. And he said he was crying on the way out. And, you know, my uncle was like, you know, what's the matter? And he goes, oh, you know, it's just, I'm really sorry, CO. I'm really sorry. He goes, for what? You don't have to apologize. You know, you were great in
Don't
here.
tell me he hit him.
And he turned and he fucking punched the other CO in the face. And they yoked him up and he's crying. I'm so sorry, CO. I'm so sorry.
But
But
he just wanted to stay in.
because when he goes out, where is he going?
Yeah.
It's fucking December. You know, he's going to go sleep on the street. Clearly, like no,
And
he's
he
got
knows-
no one to pick
but-
him up. He's got nowhere to go.
But you see
so
what-
what's he gonna do?
you see-
Punch a CO. Now you got a couple more weeks in here. You know,
But you
and,
see how
and wait
crazy
out the winter.
You see how crazy the system is?
Bro, it's so fucked up. It's beyond
Yeah,
fucked up.
because that's one of those nice try, get out.
yeah, right.
That's-
No, they yoked
No.
him up, arrested him, processed him,
Exactly. Right
put
back
him in. And my uncle was just like, "What what are you doing? Like, why would you know?" And
he's surviving
like that, and
in
he's
the way he
fucking
knows how.
surviving the way he
He knows
knows
how.
how. Because guess what? Now he gets a shower that next day. He gets 3 hot meals. What was he going to get on
Yeah,
the
if
street?
he's not getting, especially if he gets respect in jail,
it's
Yeah.
it's so
It's
it's,
safer
so
in there.
sad.
Which he probably will for punching a CO.
and then on top of it, you can get
Yeah,
more
right.
credit for that. Yeah.
Who knows?
All right, everybody. Well, episode 35 down.
We in. How are we going to end on such a
Yeah, where's the Mount Rushmore?
We wanna
such
talk
a
about-
such a down
Bro,
note there?
you
You
know-
know,
you know-
like I don't know anything. Yo, Gene, I love your shirt, bro.
Thank you, made in Brooklyn.
That's a dope ass
Well,
shirt,
shout
man.
out to no. There's I told you,
That's
there's a whole
better.
company.
Yo, and now we can close it out.
I still think we
It's
should.
so bad, man. This guy punched a CEO because he doesn't want to live on the street. Yeah,
Some
we're
people,
outta here.
to some people, that's a good story.
Wait a minute,
No,
time out.
definitely. It's a good ending.
But
Honestly,
hold
it's a
on, time
heartbreaking
out.
story. Like
Last
I
week,
hate hearing that
we
shit.
said we would do the Mount Rushmore of wrestling teams. I'm here for it
Of
today.
tag teams.
Yeah, I'm not
You want to
okay.
go in? I mean, I think we're going to be.
On the same here. I'm gonna go
maybe
number
not.
one.
Maybe not.
Number one is Hawk
Legion
and
of-
Hawk and-
Legion of Doom. There's
Legion of
no.
Doom.
No, that is
I
that
will,
Legion of Doom?
I will literally
Wait,
flip. Yes. Hawk and Animal is
Hawk and
Legion
Animal,
of Doom.
Legion of Doom, and then
They came out with the shoulder pads and the spikes.
He would,
thinking
and
of
he
someone
would,
else.
And he would jump over.
Yes, I know.
and
Legion-
Hawk's
He would
son
clothesline him.
is played in the NFL.
I was thinking of Demolition for some reason.
No,
in my head.
Demolition may
Demolition.
make it.
See,
Because
Demolition was a.
because the Heart
Are you gonna
Foundation.
really- the Rockers?
No, the Heart Foundations too.
The Heart Foundation's 100% on there.
Yes. So that's 1, 2.
Here's my thing.
Now you're
Don't
gonna
fuck
mess
around with me, guys.
You're gonna mess around with Hulk Hogan, Razor Ramon.
No.
The Hardy Boys. Did you watch that era? Because
Yes,
they were in.
but over Hulk
Yeah.
Hogan
But,
and Razor
yeah.
Ramon.
No, that's not even a thing.
Yeah, that's
The bad guys?
No, not
That's
the,
not even a thing.
You can't. The
you
one
saying,
those,
like,
those tag
NWA?
teams that like just like kind of were put together
they
for
were
like a few
lifetime
months.
tag teams. Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about the Hardy Boys.
We're
Eventually
talking like
split
real
up.
tag. The
We're talking about people
Rockers.
that
I think
started.
them-
Shawn
I-
Michaels
yeah.
and Marty Jannetty.
They
You know what
started.
I mean?
That's the Rockers. That's
the
three.
Rockers, baby.
They started
but
as a
we're gonna
tag
fight
team.
here because the
We are.
Demolition has to make it.
They started as a tag team.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna give you
that's what
guys
has
this.
to
okay, so we got the Heart
I'm gonna
Foundation.
give you guys.
Wait a minute.
Show you
Oh, the Bushwhackers.
how.
Because the
How are the
Bushwhackers were
Bushwhackers-
nonsense, bro. They just rubbed their armpits
What
in
are you
fucking people's
kidding me?
faces, bro.
Yeah, but,
Licked it.
They fucking.
yeah, but
They weren't that
smashed
good.
them in there.
Yeah.
over Demolition.
Bushwhackers were the best
Over Demolition.
until LOD came.
Over Demolition.
Yeah, fuck Demolition, man. I hated them.
You were supposed to.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm saying. They did their job.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like a bad guy tag team that I always loved was Earthquake and Typhoon. You know,
But again, they
Tugboat,
started
and then he
off
became
as they
Yeah.
started off as.
as individuals.
I'm saying they
I get
came
you.
in.
Oh, okay,
So the
I
Hardy
get you.
Boys came in.
Hardy
as
Boys
they-
aren't making the list.
Yeah, they're not making
How are
this.
they
I
making the
agree.
list?
It was
How are they
so
making the
good.
list? Oh, right. Okay, so we can all agree Legion of Doom.
Yes.
We can all agree Heart Foundation.
Yeah,
Two.
yeah, that's probably
Have to.
that's if there was numbered, that would be number one. But go on.
No, I think Legion Doom's better than them, but keep going. I'm just saying, it's Legion Doom Heart Foundation. I think it's an
All
order.
right, it doesn't matter at this
Go
point.
ahead,
But
two.
go on.
The Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty.
The Rockers.
The Rockers, that's what they were, right?
Yep, the
Yep.
Rockers. I'm
Yep.
sorry, I was like the Rocketeers. No,
No, Rockers,
Rocket.
that's three. And
The
this is-
Rockers. But
this-
you know what? The Rockers were that's just
They were
we're working on
amazing.
nostalgia here or not? Are we?
But they were they came in as
a group.
Yeah, I don't know. I
As
know.
a
I
tag
agree.
team,
they,
and
they
then
fit
they-
the criteria.
okay.
Yeah, but Sean himself carried that team, and look what he became.
Yeah, Marty Jannetty was no one after that.
I know, but the whole point
The
is
Hardy Boys, both of them, separated, still big.
exactly.
I mean, Heart
The Heart Foundation,
too.
all of them were huge. Yes, that's another. Like I said,
So you really want Demolition on here
I just feel like it's-
over the Bushwhackers?
this is a battle.
Jake-
I mean,
He's out
listen,
on
we
the
could
Bushwhackers, all right.
we could put the other criteria of they can't have split up either, and they had to just ride or die pretty much as the tag team.
That's not
Demolition would be on that list.
That's not fair
Legion
because
of Doom would be
the
on
Heart
that list.
Foundation broke up.
That's what I'm saying. I know.
No,
I
no.
can guarantee
They
you
make
because
it-
I don't think any of us know that much like deep wrestling information. Kenny might know this, Scumby, but I can almost guarantee you that within some of these groups there are people that we don't realize were in the tag team that came out and
That
you know,
replaced-
like Stone Cold was a wrestler before he was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, but he was. Yes,
You know?
I know, but he was a solo guy. He was.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know what
He
I
had
mean?
long
Like,
blonde hair and looked ridiculous.
who was everyone in Demolition?
I don't know. They
No,
had
Demolition came in as Demolition.
No,
No,
I know,
I was trying
but-
to say the mask. They
but
could have been
what
anybody.
happened
they didn't have
thereafter?
masks. They just had paint on their
Yeah,
face.
they had a bunch of
that's what I'm saying.
paint
They
on
could have been anybody. That's what she's
Nah,
saying.
they weren't.
We're missing
they
another
were very known.
iconic
They were very
tag team that I can't put together right now.
Ted DiBiase.
Twin Towers.
Ted DiBiase and
What the
Virgil.
fuck was that?
I think the Superpowers or the Twin Towers. I forgot what they call them. Hulk Hogan and Macho Man tag team, but that was a BS
Oh
thing.
yeah, no.
Again, that
I
was
wouldn't count that.
That's what I'm saying. So you got the three we're agreeing on here. I guess. I mean,
We need our
I'll
last
take
one.
the Rockers. I'll put the
No,
Rockers
the
in
Rockers
there.
are on
What
there.
do you mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm
So that's
saying.
our three.
They've earned that.
Oh, because you want the Hardy Boys in there.
Honestly, I can't see anyone else who's better than the Hardy Boys
I wanna
after
look-
those three.
I need to see a picture of
After
the Hardy
those
Boys
three,
right now.
who's better than the Hardy Boys?
What's the names? Hardy Boys. What is the individual names?
Jeff Hardy and
Oh, okay. I remember now. Jeff Hardy and who's the other guy? I don't remember the other guy at all. But I know Jeff Hardy. You're
it's
right.
probably fucking Billy Hardy. I don't fucking remember. I
That
just remember
sounds
Jeff
racist.
Hardy. Yes, Gene. It
Oh,
was.
the Hardy Boys. I remember. I just remembered.
They
one.
were the ones fucking
You guys aren't
climbing
going
up
to
on
agree with me, but I have to do it.
extension
I have
ladders.
to say it because I feel bad that I forgot about him. My man Giovanni's cousin. All right.
Who?
In the Dudley Brothers.
The Dudley Boys.
Remember
the
them?
Dudley brothers. They were the guys. They were the table guys.
They came in from UCW. ECW. That's what I'm sorry, not UCW. ECW. Yeah, they were like hardcorers.
What are you looking
But
up?
I know you guys aren't going
I
to
have to
agree
look
with
this
this,
up.
but
What are you looking up?
Best wrestling groups. I feel like I'm missing something.
You can say groups. It's tag team.
oh, why? No, you can't. I looked up the Hardy Boys.
Yeah, but I don't want to close out with missing them.
I'm just saying it's the
See,
Hardy Boys. If
my
you
phone-
can't remember
my
them,
phone can hear you because Hardy Boys is first.
because you know why?
British Bulldogs.
Yeah, I love the British Bulldog,
Yeah, but-
bro.
yeah.
Who the fuck is the Road Warriors?
The Road Warriors. Fuck.
The Road Warriors. I don't
Forgot
remember
about them.
New Age Outlaws.
Bushwhackers is always all around about them.
Yeah.
do you mean?
Because they were gimmicky.
The Dudley
BS.
Boys.
The Dudley Boys. That was the one Jesse was talking about, the ECW one. But for me, it's the Hardy Boys. They were the shit.
You know what? Maybe we'll give him the Hardy Boys. That'd be the fourth one.
Yo, I'll have to look up for other tag teams. I knew that for
No,
a
no,
tag
I know.
team.
And
I'll give them the
I
Hardy
just
Boys.
looked it
And I'm
up.
putting
Who
them
I
over
was thinking of
Demolition.
because I was like, I can't fucking think of their name. But that's because they didn't have a name. It was Edge and Christian.
Oh yeah, but they started
Yeah,
off
that's
separate.
because I'm like, there's another fucking
were
tag
awesome,
team that
yes.
I loved,
And they were-
what was their fucking name?
And that was like the big rivalry was them and the Hardy
And the
Boys.
Hardy Boys, yeah. And
Epic
I
matches.
wound up being a huge
Oh,
Edge
see?
fan thereafter.
That's
like
why I
when
like
he,
Edge wound up becoming a legend.
he was
so,
awesome,
yeah.
you know, yeah. But that's right. It
Mon-
was Edge and Christian. That was the tag
Money
team.
Incorporated. I did like them.
Money Incorporated. That was the other one
I
with,
like them a lot. I'm a big Ted DiBiase
Ted
fan.
DiBiase and
Everyone-
IRS.
Yes, everyone
yeah.
has a, that was a good group.
That was a real.
I like
I
those,
would put.
man.
I would put.
I'd sneak them on the list if I had.
I would put them over Demolition, I think, only because I had such hatred for Demolition.
Yeah.
This is all bias. When it comes down to it, though, I really think that, as much as I love the
Everyone's got
Bushwhackers,
their price.
I don't know. I think Demolition jumps the list of everyone. Honestly,
Over the Hardy Boys?
yeah, but just because of their long run, they had a longer run.
Legion of Doom, Hardy Boys.
I say the Hardy Boys over Demolition.
All right,
I'll give
I
you
can
that.
live with it because I fucking hated Demolition.
I'll
Yeah.
give you that. So,
Like,
Listen,
Legion of
LOD
Doom, of course.
number one, Heart Foundation
Nation number 2,
the Rockers,
number 3, and the Hardy Boys.
and we'll give you the Hardy Boys.
makes the
Goddamn
list.
right, you're gonna give me
Son
the
of a
Hardy Boys.
bitch.
Yeah.
I don't gotta yell.
But Edge and Christian were amazing.
Yes, they were.
And IRS, Ted DiBiase.
And yeah,
Everyone's had the
bro,
price.
IRS Ted DiBiase, that was always
That
a
was pretty
great.
funny. And
That was
everyone
always
got
a
their
great.
price.
All right, so we ended on a high
matchup.
note, everybody.
Yes.
Thank
That's
you for
good,
watching
man.
episode 35.
Subscribe and like.
Like and subscribe.
Come
That's
back,
right.
baby.
Tell 2 friends to like too and subscribe too.
Don't be a follower.
Yes. But follow us.
Come
Go.
back.
Yeah.